What's up, Mets fans? I'm eating a burrito. It is a Tuesday. Happy Orange and Blue thing. Season 7, episode 14. I can barely see today. We were just live a second ago on Instagram, and I was saying to Julia, she is off the hook this week because we've been doing this name the baseball card thing for the past, I don't know how many weeks.
It just spikes my anxiety every single week.
There's only 2 cards left in the stack, and I can't read anything.
Wow, there's only 2 left.
There's only 2 left.
Great.
Yeah, so good for you, bad for me. Actually, whatever. It's a
Can't
fun.
you see the picture?
I can see the photo, but I like to read the back of the card too. Do I have burrito on my teeth?
Let me see.
Any like burrito beans or anything?
No, you're good.
All right. I'm trying to scarf down a
I
little
don't
lunch
think they
here.
can see it anyway, even if you
It
do.
doesn't matter. I don't want to have like burrito teeth while I'm talking to you for the next hour.
I appreciate that, but no, you're good.
All right, thank you. So, Taylor Swift this past Saturday night. I saw your photos. Looked fun.
I am a changed
I have a
woman.
couple questions about it.
Go for it.
Why do people get like dressed weird to go to this concert?
So
Is it like when people go to like a Harry Potter movie and they dress like the guy with the little
kind of. So
stick?
this has always been a thing at Taylor Swift.
Is that a
concerts.
wand
People,
or a stick?
it's a wand.
I never saw Harry Potter.
It's a wand.
Okay, go ahead.
But people always do this at Taylor Swift concerts. They'll kind of like, usually she's just touring one individual album and people will have like themed outfits for like whatever. The reason that really started is because Taylor Swift, you can't pay for like a meet and greet package for her. She doesn't offer that. What she does.
You met her once though.
No, I didn't.
I saw a photo from Florida. You weren't in it?
Florida.
Weren't a bunch of people like Charlie and them were?
All right, you want to hear that story? Let's tell that story.
Wait, are you not in that photo?
Hold on. I should have been in that photo. Let's tell that story.
This is news to me. I really thought you were in it.
So, Reputation Stadium Tour, summer of 2018. I had tickets to 2 shows.
Okay.
I went to the first one. I had a great time. The second show ended up on my best friend Kayla's birthday. Me and my best friend Kayla have been friends since we were in 5th grade, and I have spent every one of her birthdays with her. She lived in the city for summers, and I would always go see her, whatever. The year before that, I had to miss it because I was going into the city. It was going to be a late night thing. So Katie was coming with me. So I wasn't traveling alone. A night out drinking. Katie decides to take an edible before we get on the LIRR to go into the city. And by Bethpage, she's projectile vomiting in a Dunkin' Donuts.
No way.
We had to get off. We never made it. So I missed her birthday the year before. Which is, honestly, I wouldn't trade that memory for the world because seeing Katie in that state, like there was a point where I thought she was going to die and that was scary, but then it's just so funny. It was so funny. But
you're not gonna die from eating an edible.
No, she looked at her Fitbit back when that was a thing. Like,
oh, like the heart rate was spiked
the
or
next
something?
morning, her heart rate was in the fat burning mode for 5 hours.
No way.
Yeah, it was.
She
was
burned
bad.
some calories.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But anyway, so I missed her birthday the year before. So the next year I had tickets. Like when I got them, I didn't totally realize it was on her birthday. And then like the morning of, I'm like, I feel so guilty missing it again to go to a concert I went to last night, to go to 2 in a row. Like, so I didn't go. And so all my friends go. And this is what I was getting at. Taylor Swift, you can't pay for meet and greets. There's 2 ways. So to meet her before the show, she literally goes online. She stalks her own fans, finds like the diehards, and like has her team reach out to them and arrange them to meet before. To meet her after the show, her mom goes into the crowd and picks people out.
This is every time, every night.
Every time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Taylor Swift's mother picked my friends out of the crowd to meet her after the show. The show I didn't go to because I was trying to be a good friend to my other friend. They texted me like because they knew before the show she came up to them or whatever, and they told me, and I was like getting ready to go out.
Did they get like a sticker, like a wristband or something?
A wristband and a pass.
Okay,
and I was doing my makeup and I cried it all off.
Yeah,
and I had to start over, and I was late to my friend's birthday. It was a terrible.
Yeah, because I saw the pictures. I mean, I saw Aaron Rodgers was there. He wasn't dressed up as a Swiftie, but is there like a thing?
What I was gonna say
like a
is
theme,
the
reason
people would do that is to get noticed. In the crowd,
all right,
to stand out.
Yeah.
And now it's just kind of a thing. And now since it's the Eras tour, it's like there's so many things. People were just kind of dressing up as different Taylors.
Yeah.
So I went with my friend Kara, who, God bless
got
her,
you the tickets.
Yeah,
I saw the seats looked pretty good.
Yeah, she's worked with Phoebe Bridgers since before Phoebe Bridgers was Phoebe Bridgers.
Good old Phoebe.
And I know your good friend Phoebe Bridgers, but there was a possibility. She knew she was gonna have to see like people she works with, so she's like, I don't want to be in like too unhinged of an outfit. So we just wore dresses that were like
pretty normal,
Lover-esque. Yes, Lover was one of her albums, so we just kind of fit like the brand colors, but yeah, no, people go all out. My boss's daughter, they got her tickets for her birthday, for her 8th birthday. And my birthday present to her was, I will buy your outfit, whatever you want it to be. And she wanted to be. It's so cute. During the Red era, Taylor Swift had this like circus ringleader outfit.
Yeah, I saw you like share that.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. And I was like, okay, that's like a really hard assignment for me, but fine. I went on Amazon and like you search Taylor Swift ringleader, it comes right up in children's size. It's like her impact is crazy. So yeah, there was a lot of really there I am.
There you
There was a
are.
lot of really impressive outfits, and there is mine.
I did take, but this doesn't have to be like a whole Taylor Swift podcast here,
It
but
should be though.
like we were talking about on the live
Uh-huh.
when we started talking about like burritos and random other shit.
Yes.
This is as much the show as anything.
Yeah, this is it.
So that's the story.
It's
So
just me at Taylor Swift.
one more thing with Swift. I don't know if you watched the show, but my buddy from a long time ago, back when I used to live in Douglaston, Chris Crisosimo. How long has Taylor Swift been a thing? Her
at least
a decade,
album was
right?
2006.
Okay, so he put up a video. I guess he brought her to the concert, or he has a video of her at the concert this past weekend. But 10 years ago, when she was 13, she was singing in her bedroom, and he like put a camera like through her door of her bedroom of her singing Taylor Swift, and then she went and was singing the same song this past weekend.
That's so cute.
So you know when you put up a clip, you get a video post or whatever, you could do like multiple video clips.
Yeah.
It was like them back to back. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's my boss did the same thing for their daughter. It was like during the pandemic, she was just singing her song like Willow into her little guitar, and then it like flashed to her at the concert. Because part of the ringleader outfit, she has like this glittery red microphone, so she brought it into the stadium. She was like karaokeing the whole thing.
That's cool.
So cute.
So speaking of dressing up as something,
Great.
This weekend on Sunday, the Mets are giving away these Pete Alonso inspired. They're calling them neon sunglasses, I guess, because of the lenses are kind of like gradient. They do totally. I wore these to the game last week, and people were
feel like they kind of fit your vibe.
Yeah,
not so much mine.
No, you look good in them. Like,
thanks.
oh, look at these. I can't see shit.
I can't see anything. It's so dark.
That means they're probably awesome for the sun.
They're great for the sun.
So what's cool about this is, I mean, clearly a lot of the giveaways, we have this Howie Rose one too. A lot of the giveaways. Oop, there we go. A lot of the giveaways either now or in the past. I don't know if the Lindor one. Is there any kind of sponsor on there? Does that say like
I probably can't read it right now.
On the back?
Oh my god.
Maybe is there any kind of
so many
sponsor on there?
Northwell.
Okay, so the Lindor grass growing bobblehead was sponsored by Northwell Health, but it's on the back. You can't really even see it. So Northwell, obviously they had to pay for that, but with these sunglasses or like the Howie bobble, there is no other branding on here besides Mets.
Wow.
So these sunglasses on Sunday, it doesn't say like Mets sunglasses presented by,
but you get this
hospital for special surgery. So yeah, you get the bag, like the carry-on bag, whatever you call it, the carrying case, soft case, and the sunglasses. So every person that goes, well, not every, I think it's first 15,000 people that go to the ballpark this Sunday will get these Pete Alonso sunglasses. If you happen to not be going this weekend or you want 2 pairs, you can share the show right now if you're watching on Twitter. We are now a Twitter-only, sorry to exclude the rest of you guys, Twitter-only giveaway platform. It's the easiest way for us to track and DM people and get their addresses. And I am not the best when it comes to contacting people for their information. So
no,
when
I'm the enforcer. So if he isn't getting it to you, tweet me and I will yell at him. That's the fastest way to get Darren's attention.
Yeah, that's true. So I think
There's
are
always people yelling at him.
Caitlin, I'm never going to forget Caitlin Larkin's name now because I owed her something for like a month and we finally took care of it.
Perfect.
So these sunglasses Sunday, Lucho is chiming in the comments. He says all the kids on his team, he's a coach, want to wear these days, which is true.
Amazing.
I was ahead of the curve with these though. I started wearing my Oakleys like 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then people like, Katie always like, speaking of Katie, she always gives me a hard time about like what sunglasses I'm wearing. She always makes fun of me on my sunglasses.
Why?
She says, she calls me Dare. She'll text me, Dare, these are not for you. These don't look good, whatever. So these will be given away this weekend at Citi Field. So definitely head on over to the ballpark this Sunday if you want to.
So bright now.
Want to get a pair. So the Mets are 27-27, unfortunately, because when you look at this
what
team,
a difference a week makes.
I know. So 2 weeks ago, we were like, fuck this. Why are we even talking about the Mets? Last week was after
World Series or bust.
Yeah, like Humpathon 2023 at Citi Field. Pete Alonso's burning holes and everything. And, now we're back to like, okay, the Mets just got back from going to Colorado and winning one out of, one of the 3 games.
Yeah.
They lost the series, and they lost the series in Chicago as well. So come home. Even record, basically like the season restarting all over again. 27-27, 5 behind the Braves, who are actually cooling off a little bit lately, keeping the Mets in the race. And honestly, if you think about it, tonight is as important of a game as there's been this entire season because they're playing the Phillies.
Yeah.
So you're playing your division. You're back home. Let's get back on the winning track. Got
Right.
Senga on the mound. and then tomorrow is Carrasco for our outing, and we'll see what happens. But you know, we knew. Well, we didn't know this because coming out of the gate, you're thinking, all right, we got these older pitchers. Hopefully they can, you know, contribute and survive the season and give us something left in the tank. But the issue isn't the bats. People are like, oh, let's get an extra bat. We don't really need it. Alvarez is killing it.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have extra lumber on the bench when you need it, when you don't have to throw Vogelback out there every day. But, you know, the bats are keeping the team in the games. And unfortunately, the pitching is where it's lacking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like that was my biggest fear coming into this season, and I was trying very hard not to like poo-poo on people's excitement, but like, you know, and I will be the first to say it was so fucking badass. Like Jacob deGrom walks, makes the comment about how, you know, he wants to go to Texas because of their vision to win. Like the next day, Steve Cohen goes and gets Justin Verlander. I thought that was awesome, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, yes, Justin Verlander is coming off like pretty much like the best season of his career, but like he is also his age and a body that age with the wear and tear on it. And it's just at this point, I feel like I'm not even going to say with like I feel like at any age, like being an athlete, so much just pure luck that you don't get hurt has to go into it, but especially at that age. And when you're putting all of your eggs in the basket of Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer, who are, you know, Hall of Famers, but aging Hall of Famers, what are you left with when one, they get hurt, or two, they're not performing to their top ability? What's left, and what we're finding out is not well much.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I really hate shitting on guys because, you know, I'm always trying to be like, all right, if they're on our team, let's give them give them as much support as we can. But like, I don't want to see Peterson anymore. I don't want to see McGill anymore. You know, but what are the other options?
And I feel bad because like Tyler McGill, I just feel like we used him as much as we possibly could. Like he was thrown in as like a band-aid in so many situations, and there were so many times he did so well, but like I don't think the vision for this team was ever to have Tyler McGill be like a important piece in the starting rotation. I remember we were talking to Anthony DeComo before the season started, and he said something about like Tyler McGill is like, I don't think we'll see him in the starting rotation this year because there's not really a place for him, but now he's like a fixture. So yeah,
well, because there's no one else.
I know,
but it's like when
it's nothing agagst him. It's just like, this is not the role he was supposed to have.
Right. Like honestly, there's a video I have. It's up out there somewhere. People circulate it every once in a while when Peterson has a bad game. But I was sitting in my office right next door to here, and the day that like Bauer didn't pick the Mets.
Oh yeah.
I remember making a video like, that's all right, we got Peterson. I was like, David Peterson, I believe in you. Like,
listen,
something like
but he was a first round pick? No, so like,
I don't remember.
That was like a adequate hope to have. Listen, I would rather have David Peterson as he is now than Trevor Bauer. I'll go out and say that right now. So
but it's crazy too. Like, you know,
Trevor Bauer, who is fucking sent to the minors, and where is he? Is he?
I think he's in Japan,
Korea, somewhere.
Yeah,
out
somewhere.
there.
And he's still getting paid. He's getting paid so much money by the Dodgers to not play for the Dodgers, which is nuts. It's like, here, take this money. We don't want you, you know, and they still have to pay him because that's how the contracts go. But what was I going to say? So speaking of, you know, we just talked about Chicago. Stroman.
I knew this was coming up. Okay, here's my.
Did you see what he did yesterday though?
No, I didn't.
One pitch complete game. Oh, one hit complete game. So he's on back-to-back games of it. You know, he's legit right now.
Listen, I never thought of Marcus Stroman in terms of his like pitching athletic ability as overrated, underrated, whatever. I always thought he's a good, solid pitcher, and like you'd be lucky to have him as a pitcher in your rotation. Darren has a burrito. If you're not watching the visual version of the show, so when you hear chewing into the microphone, that's why.
I'm
but it's just like he's another one who I'm like, I don't care. I don't want your fucking antics on my team. I don't like. It was literally we played him for one game, and we're talking about his antics, and it's not even his antics of like he shoved against us, and he deserved. He was talking to the dugout. I don't really know who he was talking to because not many of us were team.
Whatever, I like that stuff.
Whatever, I have no problem with that. But it's just like the fact that everyone is going back and forth. And like, if you don't like that as the Mets play better, that's hit the ball. That's really the only thing you could say there. But it's just all of the drama from the off season. And it was a lot of stuff. I don't want to, dive into all of it, but it didn't have to do with baseball. It was not, he showed his true colors as a person. And then we're all talking about that again, instead of just like the Mets and what's going on. And like, that's what we need to distance ourselves from. So I don't care that he's on our team, but at the same time, when our rotation is what it is, that sucks.
Well, clearly the Mets would be a better team right now if Stroman was on it.
Right.
But what comes along with it and the constant, honestly, I just wish he didn't have the internet because, I'm never going to be a person that tells someone to not feel a certain way about whatever they feel is important in their life.
Right.
But when he constantly goes on and preaches positivity and this and that, and then like shares things that don't align with that.
Yeah.
So that's really just what rubs me the wrong way. And I was so in his corner too, because like being from out here and like being a New York guy and he
wasn't always so
wasn't he at the no-hitter
with it.
We're going to talk about the no-hitter in a little bit, but I think he was at Johan's no-hitter.
I think he was too. Yeah. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But like, I feel the same way. And I feel like when we first got him, the first season that he was a Met, he was not that. I don't know if New York changed him.
I had his jersey, like the day. Like,
I have one of his, like he has
2 days later already had it.
Line.
Yeah.
I have one.
Height doesn't measure heart.
Yes. And you could get, it was like you get like 15% off your next purchase if like you submitted like a photo review. So I did. And I'm pissed because like my photo of me in a t-shirt is on his website and I don't want it there anymore, but I can't take it off. So whatever. But no, I was a huge fan. And then he just like, it could have been the New York fans, the New York media, just like always down his throat, always criticizing everything. That can get to you. I get it.
But no one makes you go on the internet and start doing what you do.
And when that changes, don't say this change is coming in the name of positivity and like, chill vibes.
Right.
That's clearly the opposite of what's happening here. But whatever. That's not even. It's. I don't want to talk about Marcus.
But it's crazy to think that no-hitter we just talked about it a second ago was 14 years ago. No, 12 years ago.
11.
No, it was
2012.
Oh shit, it's 2023.
Last year we did a whole 10-year episode.
I'm working on, you know what? I already fast forwarded to next year.
You just fast forwarded like 3 years.
Because I'm working on the 2024 jersey already for the 7-line Army. So I was working on something 20. It always says the number.
Chris is the first one to get his.
Who?
Chris, my boyfriend.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
That's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that later.
Speaking of tailors. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I try.
No, I know. This is not a you problem. Don't worry.
Anyway, so the 2024 jersey, I'm already working on it. So let's not just age ourselves even more. But yes, 11 years ago, June 1st, 2012 at Citi Field that Friday night, which I was there. You were there.
Yes.
Stroman was there.
We were all there.
11 years, you would think after having that rotation that we had after that, the 5 horsemen, whatever the fuck you wanted to call them, Wheeler, DeGrom, Syndergaard, Bartolo, and Matz. None of them got it done.
I could not fathom if you had asked me like 2-3 years ago if like I would live to see Jacob DeGrom not throw a no-hitter in a Mets uniform. He came or there were so many games where you're like, he's gonna do it
tonight.
It's like there were like 7 of those.
I was there with it was a weeknight game at Citi Field. There was some kind of a Mets event. Shoemaker came with me and Kelly and somebody else was there too. And I think he started the game with like 8 out of the first 9 were strikeouts.
Yeah, I think it was something like and it was like a record.
First 3 innings, we had 8 strikeouts in the first 3 innings.
Yes. It was his first 8 at bats were strikeouts, which was I can't. Like, I think that's the thing.
And he's not pitching.
I know. I think
which
that's
like we're not we're not rooting for DeGrom to be hurt.
No,
but it's
I have his number tattooed on my ankle, so I don't want him to become like a shell of his former self because that's just embarrassing for me. So I am rooting for Jacob DeGrom, but it just like it's so depressing that I just feel like we never we got 2 Cy Youngs out of him. I can't say we never got like his full potential. We clearly did, but like he's one of those people I put it up there with like David Wright that you wanted to see him win as a Met. You wanted to see him like get a no-hitter as a Met. Like being in the Mets uniform was.
I just can't believe they don't have one.
I know.
And if there was replay back then, we still wouldn't have one.
No, that was not a reviewable play.
I know. Oh, you're right.
So it stands.
Okay. Either way, I mean, I take it.
Yeah.
I mean, like let's be serious. I was happy about it.
I feel like we talk every year we talk about this, but I will say it again. Being in the stands and I was on the third baseline.
Yeah, I remember seeing a photo of you and your dad.
Oh yes, in the background.
Did you pee yourself?
I peed myself. I had to go since the 4th inning. I held it because I couldn't move because there was a no hitter, and then on strike 3, I just jumped up. But anyway, so we were sitting on the third baseline, and
it wasn't like a full pee.
Sure. It was like, it wasn't like once you start, you can't really stop. Okay. Anyway, But we were sitting on
You're
the
a
third
young
base
lady.
line, and I know I was in high school. I was a
Yeah,
junior in high
You
school.
should have like a strong enough body to stop yourself.
It was such a different emotional moment. I was just so happy. It wasn't real. I didn't try to. It was just like I had been sitting in like a very careful position for innings, and then I just like jumped up, and I was like, well, whatever. Anyway,
You know what Lizzie?
Go ahead.
You know what Lizzie gave me?
What?
There are these things. I guess they make it from like truck drivers or camping or something like that. It looks like a plastic bag. Looks like this.
Oh,
Big version of
God.
this. And the inside of it is made with like a diaper material. Like
Okay.
that absorbs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if women do this
Why
too.
do you have this?
What are they called?
I don't know. But
You could hear me from out there?
I'm watching.
Oh, there's
No,
that.
I'm a supporter.
There's
Love
not
you,
that. Oh, there's not
Lizzie.
that much of a delay. Lizzie's music was so fucking loud when we started the show. I don't even know what was going on back there.
It was great.
What are those things called?
I don't know. But
Do women use them?
Why did you get it for him? That's the context. I'm
Not for me,
missing.
but she gave me one. I didn't use it yet.
I have a bag of them in the car, like just in case.
Right.
We're driving upstate.
Like Drew,
Right.
where like you don't have to
Whatever.
stop.
Tailgate and there's blinds too long.
So it's just like a diaper bag.
It's like huge. It's like a really big bag. You could pee in it, and then it absorbs, and then there's like strings you could tie, and you throw it out.
It has a pad in the inside that like down, like sort of like a diaper does.
I could have used this for the fucking 3-hour Taylor Swift concert.
There you go.
Wow.
So I mean, I've carefully peed in them, but it's like this.
Yeah.
You really have to.
I don't
oh
know.
my God. Really good aim.
I don't know if everybody could hear, but yes, Lizzie has used it as well. Anyway,
And I also could have used it 11 years ago.
By the way.
yeah. So instead of you peeing your pants,
Hey, listen, that wasn't my intention. But what I was just trying to say is from that section, when that play happened, everyone around me, we were so confused.
oh
as
yeah,
to,
you were
like,
right there on the
we
left
were,
field line.
but we were so confused as to what the delay of game was about. Like we looked at it and we thought it was clearly foul,
Uh-huh.
which you go back and watch it and it wasn't. So I also just see the ump's perspective. Like we were like, okay, thank God, foul ball. Like there was no question about it. We weren't holding our breath. It was like, okay, that was a foul ball. So I think the camera lied.
Okay. Well, we have someone in agreement here. Is it Emily? I can't see. Hook. Julia, that's incredible. You think you're okay, and then ship gravity. Gravity.
That is
hits.
really all it was just like, obviously I'm not thinking about my bladder in that moment. It's just like, the human experience takes over and you jump up and down and just.
But yeah, speaking of DeGrom, like Lucho said in the comments here, his prime was definitely with the Mets.
Yes,
Because
of
like he
course.
left here, I guess he expected to maybe have more success once he left, and
Right.
clearly that hasn't happened yet. Maybe it will, but he will go out there and be dominant, and then he had a no-hitter recently up until like the third or fourth inning, and they pulled him. So he's been out for I think 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see what happens with him down there. But like we were just saying, we're not rooting for his demise, but
No.
when we see things pop up on social media like DeGrom's hurt, you're like, well, we could have told you that.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to happen.
It's just, I
It's
mean,
unfortunate.
and you had been saying it too, like even when he was a Met, even when he was dominant, like that
He'd come
arm
out
is
in
just a
spring
ticking
training.
time bomb.
Spring training throwing like 100 for a spring training game. It didn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
And remember, like he didn't come up that young either. Like
Right,
he's
yeah.
already had
Late
years
start.
of work on his arm. So yeah.
So something I want to mention, because we didn't talk about this last week, I don't think, but Memorial Day was yesterday.
Yes.
I sat on my computer on Friday morning. I went up to a race on Saturday in Massachusetts. Unfortunately, it got cut short. I broke my radiator. I had to come home. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm going to put up some kind of Memorial Day sale.
Mhm.
And then I forgot that I swore off Memorial Day sales last year, because I feel like Memorial Day and Veterans Day and just the holiday in general get kind of combined into thinking that this is like something to be happy about.
Yes.
And I'm not a fan of people saying, I mean, I'm not going to certainly yell at someone if they say it, but
Right.
Happy Memorial
I
Day
know
is
that's
such
such an oxymoron.
a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't have anyone in my family that passed away in any battle, any wars, any branch of the military. But if I did,
Yeah.
let's say granted, one day if I was older and I had a son or daughter that passed
Right.
away from being in the military, someone saying Happy Memorial Day would infuriate
Oh
me.
my God, I know.
Because Memorial Day is, and also you don't thank veterans for their service on Memorial Day.
No,
That's Veterans Day.
it's not their holiday.
So
And I feel like
Memorial Day-
veterans are the first ones to tell you that. Like this ain't
Right.
about me.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to be this there's a Larry David clip of him like yelling about this at
Right.
one point or something. I'm not trying to
We're
just
not
be like a
gatekeeping
Scrooge.
Memorial Day.
Right. But there's really nothing happy about Memorial Day. And
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it in the past. I certainly have probably said that. And we have had sales in the
Right.
past. But
Well, I think it's like, not to make an excuse for it, but it's just like in the world of capitalism, you've grown up your whole life with just Memorial Day sales, and you don't even think about like what that means. It's just like, oh, I own a business. I should
I'm
have
even
a sale
surprised
too.
that companies get away with that, to
I
be
know.
honest. You know, like, so we did it, and like maybe as I got older and more mature and more aware of the world, or I don't
Right.
know, but we just won't do it anymore.
I feel like the only way there should be a sale, it should be like for the families of people who have lost someone.
I mean, look in your inbox over the
Yeah.
past few
I know,
days,
I
and
know.
people even started them early
Yeah.
Memorial Day. So, yeah, I was guilty of it. I was about to start. I was like, wait a minute, like, what am I doing here? Like,
Yeah.
I was early. Maybe I didn't have enough coffee on Thursday morning or Friday morning, so we didn't do it. And you know, instead, I just wrote something on Facebook and Twitter, like, hey, you just remember what this day's about. You know, it's not really it. I don't know where it changed, but Memorial Day somehow turned into this is the kickoff to summer, which summer
Yeah.
doesn't even start really until June.
Yeah.
But
late June.
kickoff to summer and, you know, being happy and having barbecues. But
Right.
it's kind of a weird
It is
thing
weird.
to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, we are going to do some kind of summer sale.
Okay.
It's going to start on Thursday, I think. So it's more of like a June 1st type sale.
It's a no-hitter sale.
There you go.
That's what you should have a no-han sale every year.
Well, we don't have
It's
any
just-
no-hand stuff
but
anymore.
it doesn't matter. It's that day. That's your summer sale.
Yeah,
That's
all
just
right.
what you call it.
So the summer sale will start on Thursday, I believe at like midnight or whatever. So all day Thursday, and then it will run until Sunday. So let me pull this up for a second here so you guys can take a look at what will be on the site. Certainly I could have done this last weekend, but I didn't really want to confuse it with being confused as a Memorial Day sale because, like I was just saying, I feel like that's a little weird. So summer kickoff sale. If you go to the site, there is a banner on the top and you can browse all the different things that are up for grabs. Let's see if I can get full screen here. There we go.
There you go.
So when you scroll down, you'll see that only the items in this collection will be discounted 25% off. There's 24 items, so 2 dozen items up at 25% off.
25, damn.
The code is summer25, no spaces. We have the women's bathing suits, the sunglasses, all of the shorts, sneakers, a few different select hats, a pennant, some pins, and the dog leashes.
Yes. Dog
So this kind of
leashes.
brings us to our next topic in a second. But the dog leashes, we have the combo. So I'm not really, maybe I shouldn't really be telling you this because now it's going to be more than 25% off. But if you click on the combo where it's the collar and leash combo, that is already discounted. So you're going to get 25% off.
Bristol.
More of that. Yeah, Bristol, that pain in my butt. So head on over to the7line.com, and on the top of the site, you'll see that summer kickoff sale button or banner. Click that and you'll see the selection here. Definitely set yourself up with an alarm because not everything has a lot of inventory, specifically like these sunglasses. I think there's only some left in the orange and blue. The black version and the gray version are both sold out. So set yourself up with an alarm for Thursday. Remind yourself to go shop. Again, the code is summer25 for 25% off, and they are there is 2 dozen products up there for grabs. So
That's what you should do every year. June 1st.
June 1st summer sale. All right, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing from now on. June 1st, and it's going to run till Sunday at midnight. So that code will activate on Thursday, and it'll run till Sunday night. So
Amazing.
let's talk about the dog of the week,
Yes.
because we were talking about topics here. And, you know, News 12, I got to give it to News 12. They do the dog days of summer. They do on Friday. They like show off dogs and
Yes,
stuff.
they do.
And they had a live show last week.
I know. Tara
at the
worked
beach.
her butt off on.
I didn't get to
And
go,
it was
but
amazing.
you
Very
would
proud
think-
of her. Very proud of News
yes,
12.
absolutely. Shout out to News 12. I think that was their first ever live show.
Yes.
Like a live, whatever, like
yeah. Live at Jones
where you can go
Beach.
watch. So
Mhm.
maybe they'll do it again, and I'll be able to go check it out. Because
Yes.
you saw that screenshot I took. There was a guy being like, "I'm the
Oh,
biggest
yeah,
fan."
yeah.
I was like, "Man,
like, no, you're not.
I'm like, I gotta be friends with this guy." So let's be friends with a pup from Long Island. I think. Where's
Yes.
what's going on here? A pup from
Fra
Long Island.
Diavolo.
This dog, his name is Fra Diavolo.
Yes. Okay. So here's what you need
Do you
to know.
name the dogs?
I help name them. Yes.
But isn't it weird when they're already old and do they answer to their names or what?
Most of them are like deaf and all senile and whatever, but they adjust.
make
They
this
adjust
bigger?
their new names.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm not sure.
Good. Talk about Fra Diavolo.
So yes, so I work for a senior dog sanctuary, as I've said. It's called Gatto Pups and Friends, and all of the dogs at Gatto Pups and Friends are named after foods, mostly Italian foods or Italian pastries or whatever. So this is Fra Diavolo. Fra Diavolo came from us. He was on the kill list at the ACC. He was listed as, he was going to be euthanized, and they said he couldn't walk. And so we put him down on the grass, like, okay, like maybe we'll just like get him to pee, standing on the grass. Maybe we put him down. He starts running.
What?
So Fra Diavolo.
So they lied?
Yeah, or they just maybe this is something you have to understand. And this is a really important thing to understand if you're going to rescue. Dogs in shelters often have completely different personalities than they will in an environment they feel safe in because they're so scared. Think about how you react when you're scared and traumatized. So he probably just wasn't moving out of fear. But Fra Diavolo came to us and we named him Fra Diavolo because he was a little spicy in that moment because we put him down on the front yard thinking he can't walk, and then he started running, so then we had to try and corral him, and in doing that he did get a little scared and at first was a little nippy, and so we're like, oh, he's spicy, but it turns out he is the sweetest dog in the world. He gets the zoomies around the backyard. He loves to run more than any other dog. He just wants belly rubs. He rubs his head up against your feet. And so the reason we're doing this, and I asked Darren if we can do this, is for those of you who don't know, there really is in an animal adoption crisis in this country right now. Shelters are maxed out. There is no more space, and that means more dogs are being euthanized unnecessarily. We are obviously a no-kill rescue. We pull dogs from the youth list, but we can only take in so many. So we need to get more adopted so we can save more. So we're going to try and feature a different dog each week, and hopefully that will entice you all to adopt one. So this is Fra Diavolo.
Fra Diavolo. So where can they go if they want to meet Fra Diavolo?
You can go to their Instagram, Gatto Pups and Friends, or their website, gattopupsandfriends.com. You'll be able to find contact information there. There is a number, there is an email. You can just reach out. And
87,000 followers.
Yes, an application will be sent to you. So
they should be able to get rid of a lot of dogs.
I know, you would think, and that again, that's the problem. Is everybody assumes somebody else will do it, but
so does Fra Diavolo always have? Is this a boy?
he is a boy.
Have his tongue hanging out like that?
When he's so excited. And also, I know you can see there's a diaper on. He's not incontinent. He is totally potty trained. It's just in an environment there's 30 dogs living in one environment. It's just, and also, you know, it's not like a normal shelter. We let them hang out in a living room with a lot of comfy beds all day, but their instinct is to mark when they're around so many other dogs. So we just do that for sanitary purposes to keep the room clean. But he is completely potty trained. He is the best boy. He loves to eat. He has no health issues that we're really aware of. He's had a full dental a couple weeks ago, so his teeth are perfect. He just needs a loving home. He's good with kids, great with other dogs, great with all types of people. He really just needs a human. So
excellent.
Yeah. If you would like Fra Diavolo, message me, go to the website, reach out. The best. I'm
reading a comment here from Christopher Michael on Facebook, who I think is Luda. I can't really see.
Luda.
I can't see this. I'm freaking blind.
Yeah.
I think that's him. I'm looking at the photo. It says name the dog Cardo. Name a dog. Cartucci, the best Italian pastry. So write that down.
We don't have yet. Luda, can you just message me that? Because I don't
have
a pen.
Alex Cohen, I think a different Alex Cohen, but still just as cool of a name, says, is that the family of the Joey Gatto?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Joe Gatto is my boss for those Impractical Jokers fans out there. Or if you just remember, he did do a punishment at Citi Field with Noah Syndergaard. So if you haven't watched that episode,
you ever watch that pop-up? It's like a pop-up. They do like facts about the show.
Yes.
And they talk about the 7 Line Army.
They do. So in that Impractical Jokers episode, they mentioned the 7 Line Army.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yes, best boss in the world, by the way, as is his wife, Bessie. They're the best people. So the best human beings do the best thing possible. So really, if you could support them, it would be great. Also, if you use my name as a referral, that's like you're getting the dog. So if you want this dog, please message me. There is no adoption fee with these dogs. They're really just trying to get them into good homes. As long as we confirm you're not a serial killer, it's yours. It's such an easy process. They are located in Nassau County, Long Island. I am willing to drive the dog to some, if you can't get there, I'm happy to do it. We just need to get these dogs into homes. They have obviously a very loving home, but the more dogs we have, the less dogs we can save. So we're just trying to get them into more homes. So
excellent job. I'm happy to help. So
thank you.
Speaking of psychopaths, I think you just said something about a psychopath. Did you see the restaurant named Karen's?
No, but that's amazing. If that's like a shtick.
It is. It's called Karen's Diner. It popped up 2 years ago. There's one somewhere in the US, but they started in Australia. All about, what a Karen is, obviously.
Yes, of course.
When they deliver your food to your table, they curse at you. They give you the middle finger.
Do they all have like the haircut?
I don't know. I saw it this morning. Like the place is called Karen's. They throw the food on your table and give you the middle finger when they walk away.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to go. It's only in Australia.
They're all over the place, but
it's called
Karen's Diner. And
Is there one near any MLB stadiums where we can make like the pregame spot?
Yeah,
Pregame at Karen's.
I think there's one in St. Louis.
Let's
but we've
go.
already been there.
Well, we gotta
obviously.
start going back to other ones soon. We're already doing it.
Let me look. Karen's Diner. Closing soon. Where is it? This one is in Dutch. This is not their same Karen's Diner. So this Karen is getting a bad rap because
that poor Karen. It's just someone's grandmother.
Yeah.
Who likes to make home cooked meals. Everyone's going there expecting to be cursed at.
When you Google it, it says, "What is the point of Karen's Diner?" It says the chain was established in Sydney, Australia, in 2021 by Adam Levin and James Farrell. It is a theme restaurant based around the concept of an unpleasant dining experience where customers pay for employees to insult them. So imagine you're just like a negative person and
That's
you just
awesome.
go to you don't want to have to put on a happy face when you go to work.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Right. No, that's so good. You can literally just take out all of your anger.
Yeah, just go there and be pissed and get paid
and
for
probably
it.
get a really good tip.
Yeah. Karen's.
That's
so
awesome.
I don't even know how we got there. Oh, psychopaths.
Yes.
So
I don't even think I said anything about psychopaths.
you said as long as you're not a psychopath, you
yeah,
get the
serial
dog.
killer. As long as you're
A
not
serial killer. There you
yes.
go.
Yes, please don't be a serial killer.
So speaking of cereal, eat your breakfast
I'm
on
hoping this is a
Saturday.
different kind of cereal.
Yeah, eat your breakfast on Saturday and shoot over to Citi Field because at the 4:10 game is the Hall of Fame induction, which I feel like we're not hearing a lot about.
I know we really aren't. I was hoping since we talked about it last week, we would hear more.
Maybe
about
they'll
it.
push it this week. I don't know. I
Maybe.
feel like a lot of things. I mean, I guess they have to. It's got to be so difficult for a team to promote things
Yeah.
because after one thing happens, like let's say the Howie Bobble is
Right.
Wednesday, then the sunglasses are Sunday. I didn't know about these at all unless
Me
they
either. I
unless they
didn't until I
mailed these
sat
to us.
down.
You know what I mean? So it's got to be increasingly difficult, especially with when you have an owner like Steve Cohen,
right.
and Alex, obviously the whole management team and upper what do they call it? Upper management, whatever.
Yeah.
They have so much going on now
Yeah.
that it's probably difficult for the promotions department to time things out. Like even for me, like
Right.
I'm only promoting things, for us where we have two outings going up tomorrow, like the next two home games in July.
Yeah.
Boston ends tonight at midnight if they don't sell out in time.
Right.
And then we have this summer sale on Thursday till
It's a lot.
Sunday. And then next week we have like these hats just came in.
Right.
We have some new fanny packs coming out. But it's like even for me to try to like schedule stuff is
Yeah.
difficult. So I can only imagine what it is for the team. But on a big event day, I'm surprised they're not pushing harder
The
on it.
only thing that I could fathom is the reason why is maybe I know when we looked on TickPick last week there were a lot of tickets available, but maybe the Mets website themselves has pretty much sold out, so they're already anticipating a high traffic, and maybe they don't want if they're promoting it even more, and then there's issues getting in with parking and trains or whatever, and that it is a pregame ceremony, so you want people in their seats on time. I don't know. That is the only thing I could think of, but I still don't think it's a good enough reason to not promote a Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I feel like
Yeah, I mean,
we got to make that known.
clearly, like the Piazza one was gigantic because it was
Right.
he wasn't in the Cooperstown Hall of Fame yet, so
Right.
it was the year or two before he went into Cooperstown. That was gigantic.
Yeah.
Place was bonkers, wall to wall.
It was also, I believe it was the last game of the season.
It ended up also no.
Did I make that up?
I don't remember. I don't
might
think
have made
so.
that up.
I don't think so. Yeah, but it ended up being an outing day, which worked out for us. But like certain ceremonies, like the 50-year reunion of the 1969 team, that was a big one. The 86 reunion was a really big one. So like certain things were like big,
Right.
big events. And I haven't really heard much about this.
Yeah.
But hopefully that changes soon. So they only have a few days left. So it's this Saturday at Citi Field. And you can clearly go to Mets.com to pick up tickets if you haven't already. And I talked about this last week too, because it's tough for me to like throw shade on people that don't go to the games. Like you
Right.
said, you've only been to a couple so far. We have our outing days and they are what they are. I'm not going this week and I can't.
Yeah.
I have a birthday party on Saturday to go to and I just can't make it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. So it's tough for me to be like, we all got to go out and
Yeah,
support the
I
team and be
know.
there for, Howie and Gary and Hojo and Al Leiter. But it's like, well, I'm not going to be there either.
I
So
know. I do
it's kind of
think,
tough.
like we talked about last week, or whatever it was, like I feel like the post-COVID world does play a factor into that. It's like people are so careful picking and choosing events they want to go to, things they don't want to miss, things that's not worth missing. And I feel like, at least for me, baseball has kind of taken a back seat in that. And I think it's just a luxury of knowing, like, listen, I can go to a Mets game pretty much anytime I want. They play 80-something home games. I have more opportunities. Whereas a birthday party, something like that, it's like, okay, well, this is like, it's only happening today.
And it's
I
not just
think-
a birthday party. It's Maximus's birthday party.
Oh my gosh, I know. I couldn't.
So I'm bringing
What
Amelia
day
to
is this?
Saturday. I'm
It's
bringing
this Saturday.
I'm bringing Amelia to Max's birthday
Oh.
party. So I can't miss that, So I am going to be busy on
Maximus.
Saturday.
Happy early birthday,
Yeah.
Maximus.
Yeah.
Love of my life.
Absolutely. So birthday party, Maximus is more important, than Howie Rose, unfortunately.
I understand.
So let's talk about Howie for a second, because we have this awesome bobble that we showed off last week. I know I'm very far from the camera here, but it talks. How sick is this bobblehead? Like we
really
just
is
said,
so
there's no
cool.
branding on here besides Howie Rose. He's got his little Mets polo shirt on. And what's cool is, if you could see it on the top here, the book is open. He's holding a pen.
So sick.
So let me get nice and close here. Julia, you can hold the mic for a second.
Oh God, I hate when you do this to me.
Talk.
All right. Well, here comes Darren to the camera. It's the Howie Rose bobblehead. You can see he's got his little scorecard, scorebook, and a stack of books that he has put the win in. And then when you click the button,
So cool.
I don't know if that worked, but
it definitely works.
that's the bobblehead.
And I like that you kind of knew that's what I was going to do, because you had the
I was
mic ready to go.
I was ready.
So that is tomorrow night at Citi Field. We do have an outing, so I'm going to be out in the parking lot tailgating.
Pending disaster, will be there.
No
I don't
way.
think I'll make the tailgate because I am going to work first. I'm just going to try to go to work a little early so I can make it by game time.
Okay.
But my plan is to be there by game time.
So tomorrow, first, I believe 15,000 people through the gates will get this Howie Rose bobble.
Won't get one of those.
Will or won't?
Won't, because I'm going to be getting there at game time.
Yeah, I mean, people love bobbleheads. People
Yeah.
love free stuff in general.
Yeah,
You know, the line for
course.
free stuff is always, you could be giving out like a toothbrush sponsored by the Mets.
Grass from the garbage can.
Grass is like in high demand. you before you leave, go and look and see how thriving that grass
I am
is.
not denying it. We can't do this again. We can't. Let's move on.
People
People love free stuff.
Of course. So anyway, this is tomorrow to get people fired up for the weekend, and hopefully the Mets start promoting the weekend a little bit more. Oh, put it in the books. And I found out who's going to be inducting, because Howie's always the MC.
Yes.
Did you know this? Did you know the answer?
I knew that it was announced, but I couldn't remember who it was when we were talking about last time.
Okay, so I posed the question today, or asked the question today on Twitter, and I got some replies. Let me pull it up here because there is a whole blog about it.
Okay.
Again, this Saturday they're playing the Blue Jays, 4:10 start. I'm assuming the ceremony will start sometime in the 3 o'clock hour. I'm not
Okay.
guessing any later than like 3:20,
Right.
if I had to guess, because usually
Those ceremonies usually take a while.
they take a
people
bit,
speak.
especially 4 people are being inducted,
Yeah.
and then the team goes back out and warms up again, I think, after that.
Right.
What I don't like is, what was the last ceremony we were there for?
Was it Ron Darling?
I don't remember which one I was there for last, but it seems very disrespectful because we're right next to the bullpen of the opposite team, the away team. And a lot of times the starting pitcher, I understand he's got to get his long tosses in,
Right.
will go onto the outfield grass during the ceremony and throw long tosses, which I'm infuriated by that.
Yeah.
What was it? May have been 9/11 or something was going on
Oh,
where it was a ceremony or something was happening where
it just didn't seem
no,
right.
like get off the field. Like
Yeah.
I think we even were yelling at them, like
Yeah.
do this in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Let the team do what they're doing. So anyway, this weekend, Blue Jays, Mets, 4:10, and what is the giveaway on Friday?
Was it giveaway?
There's something on Friday too. A fireworks night. So I didn't even know about
Sweet.
that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Did you know about that?
No.
Do you think maybe we're just not paying attention? It's our fault.
I'm the problem. It's me. That's a Taylor Swift song. But totally. I mean, I know I myself am not as online as I was. So it very much just could be that I'm not seeing things. But I did know about the Howie Rose thing. I don't know if that's because we've been talking about it, but I did know about it.
Okay,
did
so
not know
anytime
about
you go to
fireworks.
Mets.com and you go on the schedule here and you see a little star, it means promotion. So Friday, fireworks, which they used to call pyrotechnics night. Hall of Fame induction is on Saturday, and then Sunday is the sunglasses.
I actually think tonight might be is tonight a bark in the park?
I don't know. Let's check.
Can you check? I think tonight might be.
No,
Oh no. I feel like there was another one in May.
I don't think so.
I don't
Unless
know.
maybe it's tomorrow. Are they doubling up?
It might be.
Nope.
Damn, I don't know. Never mind.
Well, June's always a freaking killer for the Mets. So June
Yeah.
is very
June
different.
swoon.
Right. So the Pirates cooled off a little bit, but the Blue Jays are coming into town this weekend, like I just said. The Mets are going to Atlanta next week for a 2-game set against the Braves. If you wanted to hit the Pirates game at PNC next weekend or 2 weekends from now, we have those discounted tickets to sit
Oh,
together with
sweet.
fans. So go on to the Mets, the Sunline.com and check that out. Then the Yankees, then the Cardinals, then the Astros, then the Phillies again, then the Brewers. So the Mets have a pretty stacked June on deck. So
Yikes.
We'll see what happens with them. So, anyway, MC this weekend, Todd
Oh.
Zeal.
Oh, okay.
Surprising.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I know he's been working.
sure he'll do a
with
great job.
SNY, and I'm sure he'll do great. But yeah, that's the I don't know who I expected. There really wasn't anyone I expected, but
we thought maybe
never would've
Gelbs
guessed.
or somebody, but like I feel like Gelbs, like so is Zeal, is more connected towards the TV broadcast than like the team.
I was gonna say who was Howie Rose's most like long tenured person with him in the booth?
I don't know. I feel like they would turn over so quick. Like
know.
it was like Wayne Hagen, Josh Lewin, Wayne Randazzo,
yeah.
and now it's the duo of Keith Rad and McCarthy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Because that was like I didn't know who the answer to that question was, but that would have been my guess. But I guess it's not just Howie though. It's Howie, Gary, who else? Al
Leiter and Hojo.
And Hojo, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
know.
pop on over to oh, my stomach's going nuts. Maybe I'm digesting that burrito I just had. If you pop
This might
on
be a shorter
over
show.
to the New York Mets blog, which is on metsinsider.mlbblogs.com. Jay Horowitz has a like a I don't know if he calls it like a series or whatever, but he posts blogs on there called Howie's Big Day. And it's a photo of Howie, and you could see the 7 Army in the back, which I always love.
Of course.
When you see our orange C out there. So he writes, Howie's been behind the mic for every on-field ceremony at Shea and Citi for the last 2 decades, but this one will be different for Howie Rose. Instead of making intros and getting the crowd revved up, Howie will be seated with the other inductees when he joins Gary Cohen, Al Leiter, and Howard Johnson as the newest members of the Mets Hall of Fame. The festivities will take place prior to the 4:10 game against Toronto Blue Jays on June 3rd, and SNY's Todd Zeal will be pinch hitting for Howie at the microphone. So it's pretty cool.
I love that.
And Howie's been with the team forever. What does it say here? Howie, he's worked with Howie since the mid-'80s, and you couldn't find a more decent person on the face of the earth. I'm thrilled he will be joining people like Lindsey Nelson, Ralph Kiner, and Bob Murphy in our hall. So that's the story. I'd like to be known as a decent person. That'd be a nice thing to say.
Think that's like the most like earnest, genuine compliment you could get from somebody, especially on like a professional level.
Yeah.
A decent person.
You're a decent man. You're a
Yeah.
decent person. How about that? So how about
you're a decent man.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what's pretty decent? I got a reply back from our email last week when we tried to film our thing for TickPick. See, if you're watching live, you can see this chalkboard here.
I'm so scared.
It says @TickPick on it because our friends
Darren and I tried to be influencers and it didn't go.
we're not. We're just what we do here is so organic and natural. That's why I have fun doing it.
I know.
But when it comes to like, okay, hit these bullet points, we're like deers in headlights. I'm like, hi, my name is Darren. We have a show called Orange and Blue Thing. We talk about the Mets sometimes. You should buy tickets on TickPick.
It was so uncomfortable to do. I can't imagine how uncomfortable it was.
Well,
to
the
watch.
the thing with this is, clearly we had one job, and it said, the show is horizontal, obviously, because we go across many platforms.
Right.
And what they were looking for was to chop something up they could have vertical
Yes.
to put on social. I'm like, that's easy.
Fine.
We do this. So
We should have just for this show turned the camera. We could do it right now before we do our TickPick thing.
no, it doesn't matter. But guess what?
Okay.
So we filmed a few different things, and we're sitting there awkwardly, like Julia's like behind
right
me.
next to each other. I'm just literally holding.
She's
this.
holding the TickPick thing like it's an award. I initially thought that at the end of our little thing, she would just be like,
No,
put it into the screen.
I held it the
she's
whole
holding
time.
it like a baby, and we're talking about TickPick, and then she's like, oh yeah, go to TickPick. Anyway, so I sent them the clips, and I said, I didn't chop this up. I think it's pretty funny. You guys could probably do something with it. And he wrote back, it's perfect. Yeah.
Wow.
So shout out to Kyle. He's like,
His
I was like,
definition of perfect is so much different than mine. Kyle, it was Kyle.
Kyle.
I love Kyle.
so Kyle's like, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Oh, God bless you, Kyle.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny too, but like I think it's funny because it's us. I feel like a person who doesn't know us.
No,
would just be
they'd be like, these people are morons. These are not decent people.
these are not decent.
So if you want to be decent and save yourself some money and not basically walk over to the garbage can and throw $100 bills in there
get
by
a
using
decent
somebody
price
else,
on your tickets.
I think
There it is.
there's the noise. That means good luck for TickPick. I think it's absolutely insane. Like if you know that you can go to store A
Yeah.
for something, or you can go to store B for something, and they cost the exact same amount, But if you went to store B, they're like, also, we're going to hit you with these fees and these charges, whatever.
Right.
And you're going to leave with the same product, but have to spend more money. Why would you ever go to B?
I'm not even kidding. I say this all the time. Even before
Doesn't make sense.
they were an official friend of the show. The second I found TickPick, and I don't even remember how I did, but the second I found it, I have not bought tickets through
Anywhere else? No.
Not why would you? Like it's so, and it's not even that. Like I say this all the time too. Of all of the, third-party ticket sale websites, whatever, the most efficient customer service, the most, I know a human is replying to me and a human is trying to help me with my problem, and like they're trying to do so in a timely manner. And that to me is the biggest thing, because with like ticketed events, it's a one-time event. It's a time-sensitive event. Like if something goes wrong at the last minute, like it's a big deal if someone doesn't get back to you right away. And they do. And that's my second favorite thing about TickPick, because I am, money first, and I like saving money. But second thing is the customer service. Kyle personally has helped me so many times. And that's the fact that I know Kyle.
But we also have the email to the bat phone. That's like,
yeah.
That's a little, I mean, let's be honest, we probably get replies a little bit faster.
That's true.
Because we're friends of the show. But anyway, you guys can also be friends of TickPick, because why wouldn't you?
As you should
No
be.
hidden fees and more savings.
Get to know
tickets
Kyle.
to anything that you could think of. Comedy shows, Supercross, Taylor Swift, Mets, whatever you're looking to go to. So let's tip in Mets here for argument's sake, because why not? It's a Mets show, right?
Kind of.
Tonight, you can go to the game for $5. No fees. That's really
$5.
$5.
For the Howie Rose bobblehead?
$6.
$6 for a Howie Rose bobblehead.
That's insane.
Yep.
Is Friday?
Friday's fireworks night.
Friday fireworks night. $13.
$13
And a
to see
Friday
fireworks on a
in
fire.
June. $13 for Friday. Saturday, go to the ceremony for $13. And on Sunday, you can get in for $14, and you also get the Pete Alonso sunglasses. So pretty sweet and insane that normally, like, I mean, we don't have to name drop them because we know the other competitors of TickPick.
Right.
But you go there and that $5 ticket for tonight would be $20.
Yes. Taxes and fees.
Insane.
Everything else. Yeah.
And it's different too, because back in the day when it was like paper tickets, things were a little bit more difficult. Granted, you'd still get them. So I don't even know how you would get them back in the day.
I don't either.
I don't remember how that worked.
I think they mailed them to you. Like you could not buy something day up. They would have to be mailed to you. I do remember that.
I think you could even buy tickets after like the game
ago.
starts. Like, let's say you're like waiting at like K Corner or something, and you're like, oh, let's go to the night, but I don't have a ticket yet. Wait there, and just
there were
tickets drop like when the game's about to start.
Not at the New York shows, because MetLife Stadium actually sent out a notice saying if you don't have a ticket to the Taylor Swift concert, you need to show your ticket to get into the parking lot. Because at the Philly shows, what people were doing is just there was a crowd of 20,000 people in the parking lot just listening to the show from outside, and it was a parking and travel nightmare. But what a lot
doesn't
of
really
people
sound that good.
Sound pretty good. But what a lot of people were doing was sitting in the parking lot waiting to see if during the show prices would start to go down and they could just get in. And some people were doing that. So yes, you can do that in this age. You can
so makes sense.
Sent right to your phone.
Hit up TickPick. Don't forget to use our promo code OABT, $10 off your first order in the app of $99 or more. Super simple, very easy to use. If you're buying like $3,000 Taylor Swift concert tickets, it's not going to save you much.
Well, it'll save you $10.
If you want to go to the game tonight and bring 20 friends and spend $100, isn't that crazy? You get 20 tickets for $100 tonight, and then you get 2 of those tickets for free.
Wait. Yeah. I was checking the math, but you're right.
Isn't that right?
You're right. Yeah. I forgot it was $5. You're right. 20 times 5 is 100.
All right, I'm sitting here doing math on my fingers.
You're perfect.
So that's a story.
TickPick's the best.
Come hang out with us tonight. Actually, tomorrow night, we're going to be at Citi Field because we have an outing. And for the first time in as long as I can remember, I kind of jinxed it because I have said multiple times, and it was true up until this year, that the 7 line has never had a rain out.
I know.
In over 100 outings, we have never had a rain out.
2023 is something else.
And now we have 2 this year. We should have had, if Miami didn't have a dome, we'd have 3.
Yeah.
But that's the story. So tomorrow, what the hell did I just do? Tomorrow we will be tailgating at Citi Field. I am planning to leave here. No, it's going to be beautiful. Perfect. It's going to be like 75 and sunny.
Amazing.
Perfect tailgating weather. I'm probably going to leave here around 2-ish.
Okay.
And then load up the truck and head over there and be into the marina a lot nice and early. So come on down, please come and hang out. I have things to give away, and tomorrow's the last day that you can get them because we have an announcement coming next week. So come tomorrow and help us out. Empty the coolers. May 31st in the parking lot. You know exactly where to go. And if you don't know by now, go to the blog. And there is a map that shows you a little pin. We will be right around this area. And that's the best spot to be because right at the end of Seaver Way, when you go underneath the highway, there's an entrance cut out of the fence into the parking lot. So if you park over here, where you can probably see my pointer here, you have to walk all the way around. And if you park down here and you miss this little entrance, you have to walk all the way down here and then walk towards either the left field entrance or down Seaver Way. So it's a longer walk. So right near this pin, that's where you're going to want to park if you get there before you see the truck. And we're going to hang out there until at least like 6:30ish and then head on in to the ballpark for the game. And I understand that fans want to go in a little early because they want to get the bobblehead. So maybe get there early if you can. I mean, I know people have real jobs, but if you can make it out a little early from work or school or whatever you happen to be doing tomorrow, you want to tailgate until like 6 and then head in, you probably still have a good chance to get in the bobble.
Right.
If
that is
not,
the advantage of a Wednesday night game.
Yes.
You don't
And
have to be
when
there.
did the Mets ever do Wednesday night giveaways this cool?
I don't know. Like that, I was
Rare.
really thinking about that. And like, especially this man's about to be inducted into the Mets Hall of Fame. That's kind of wild that they didn't make it on a more
I think it's
prominent
very, very
day.
smart because if you look at, watch the game tonight, unfortunately, with how the Mets have been playing and it just being the state of the world right now, like especially like you said, after COVID, people have other things with their lives that they want to do, especially on a school night, weeknight, whatever.
Right.
Tonight's not going to be busy. And I would hope it would be. But again, I'm saying things like I'm there every night and I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's
I
I used to be.
I
Like,
know you did.
when I lived 10 minutes away, I'd be there every night.
Yeah.
And like I don't, and I have a kid and a
Life
wife and a
has
house and a
changed.
mortgage and a job. And we live an hour away. So it's a little bit more difficult. But anyway, if you're going to be there tonight, I hope you guys have fun. But I'm sure tomorrow we'll be busier. Not only because of us, our outing, our group, our section, but the rest of the ballpark, especially for the Howie Bobble.
Sure.
Especially when you get in for $5.
$5 on TickPick. It's really like, I was thinking about it. Like, imagine like a service like DoorDash, but there's no delivery fees, no taxes, no tip. Like, it's just food delivered to your house at the same price you would pay in the restaurant. That's what TickPick is.
I've only used Uber Eats a couple times. I talked about it when I was at Disney. I did Uber delivery for like essentials like water and shit like that I wanted for the room. But I can't tell you how many times I've even sat here and loaded up a cart with some kind of lunch. And I was like, what? This is the checkout? And I changed my mind. I'm sure people have done that too. It's almost like when you draft a tweet and then you delete it. Like, I don't know if this is worth it.
Because I am lazy. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that my last job just required me to like walk all day long and drive around town all day long, to the point when I was home, I was like, the last fucking thing I'm doing is 1, cooking, 2, getting in my car again. So I was just like, whatever.
Remember, you were going to Cactus Cafe a lot.
Always Cactus Cafe. Now I'm on a tropical smoothie kick.
Their yellow sauce is awesome.
Yeah.
You never had it?
I'm not a yellow sauce girl, but I trust you.
It's like a yellow hot sauce that they make themselves.
I like hot sauce.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
If you go to Cactus Cafe, there's a few locations.
Cactus Cafe is great. Great burritos.
No sponsor of the show, but they should be giving us free burritos now.
Into that.
You know,
you had a burrito when we started.
Yeah, that was microwave joint.
Yeah, let's get Cactus Cafe on the show.
But there's like 2 locations.
Who cares?
We do have a couple sponsors coming up soon. I didn't tell you about one of them yet.
Okay.
You know about the beer one.
Yeah.
We're announcing a new beer sponsor next week.
Beer.
But something else that's pretty cool that would actually look very good on the set here.
Ooh.
I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So let's give away the Howie Bobbles from last week. This is the way we do it. If you watch the show, you probably know by now that we're doing a retweet contest on Twitter. It's too late now for the Howie winner because I've already named it. But if you want to get in the running for the Pete Alonso inspired sunglasses, retweet this show on Twitter. So if you're watching afterwards, you see this shared along social media, wherever you may be, go to the 7 Lines account, share the show, be in the running for the sunglasses, and next week we'll announce those winners. So the winners of the Howie giveaway, and I will contact you today, I promise. I'm already caught up from last week as well.
Promises.
Is at T-Money Baby, which
yes, what a great name.
T-Money Baby is Thomas McDermott.
Love that.
And at Pete
Crescenzo,
which is weird because you know how sometimes people have, I'm going to say why it's weird in a second. That sounds like his real name.
Yeah.
And then like what he wrote in his name is Big Meaty Pete.
Hold on. The two.
It should be flipped.
Contrast those 2 names. At T-Money Baby, Thomas McDermott.
Yeah.
Pete Crescenzo, Big Meaty Pete.
Yeah. Which I don't understand.
You could not have picked 2 better people.
How did the Big Meat Pete thing start? Because you're basically
Let's
you're
use
talking
our
about it.
imagination,
They're
Darren.
talking, but like what, like.
Because big dick energy.
Oh,
BDE.
okay. So it's like a take on that.
I think it's like it's the same concept. It's like when
I think
he
it's
does,
weird to be talking like the like men to be
Well-
talking about like some guys.
It's 2023, Darren. It's fine.
I guess. Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter what
You're
gender you are.
comfortable in your
but-
masculinity.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever said that. Like, oh, Pete Alonso, big meat Pete,
There
nice
you go.
dick,
You just said it.
nice dick, Pete. Like, it's kind of like
How did
weird.
it feel?
Weird.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I'll say it. I mean, it's not like I'm confident. I dressed in drag in 8th grade.
Oh,
Remember I told you?
Yeah,
I gotta find that tape. The talent show. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing about that. I'm just saying it kind of feels weird. It's a weird nickname.
I kind of love it.
Really?
I think it's badass.
Okay.
Big meat Pete.
But he added a Y here. Big meaty.
Well,
Big meaty Pete.
because he's not Pete Alonso. He's Pete Crescenzo.
Okay.
Big meaty Pete.
All right. So anyway, Pete and Thomas, you win the Howie Bobbles, and we will give away these sunglasses next week. I don't know if we got to everything or if there's anything else I missed out on, but shout out to Tick Pick again. Use the promo code OABT, $10 off any order of $99 or more in the app. Shout out to them. Appreciate your loyalty to us and accepting our fun humor when it comes to trying to help promote you guys. And if you're hitting the ballpark tomorrow, definitely swing by the tailgate. It is more the merrier. You do not need a ticket to come sit with us. The Marina lot is what it is. Just pay to get in and come and hang out. We're going to be pre-gaming up until around 6:30 before we head into the ballpark. So come on out. Julia's rocking her sunglasses and go adopt a dog.
Yes, Fra Diablo needs a home, as do so many others. There's so many breeds. We have the sweetest 13-year-old pit bull if you like bigger dogs better, a shepherd mix if you like bigger dogs better. Any dog you want. It's old. They're calm. All they want to do is sleep. All they want to do is have a snuggly bed and a person to love, and they're all the best. And please, if you are even considering adopting a dog or seeing your dog, please feel free to reach out to me. I will answer any comments, questions, whatever. We have so many dogs that need good homes. Fra Diablo is just one.
Before we leave, did you see the video of there was a sea turtle that needed help? It was in the ocean.
Oh no.
And it's around its neck was like rope or wire or something.
Stop littering.
So a shark saw that the turtle needed help and pushed the turtle to a boat. And then the boaters picked the turtle up out of the water
A shark?
to help save the turtle's life. And then they cut the rope off the neck and they noticed it was infected. So they probably brought the turtle somewhere to get healed up.
Oh my
But the
God.
shark knew the turtle was in trouble to push the turtle to the boat.
This just shows that we are all capable of helping each other in times of crisis.
We'll end it at that. See you next week. Orange and blue thing. Tell your friends. Whatever she just said, that's put in the books backwards. Hit the button. And we're not on drugs. And all we've been having so far is caffeine. And we're just nuts. See you guys next week. Share the show.
Bye.
Hit retweet. Books.
Books. Scoop.
You fucked that up. All right. See you guys next week.